MMA Boxing Talk here, coming at you with another video. Just want to talk about the upcoming fights this weekend in the world of sports combat. Cannot wait, especially boxing. I'm looking forward to boxing a lot more than MMA this weekend. A lot of that has to do with Khabib Numagomedov and Tony Ferguson not having their fight. Tony Ferguson had to pull out of an injury, with an injury. So that fight's not going to happen. And, the main event is Glover Teixeira, Rashad Evans, two guys that are past their primes. It's not a very important fight. It's not a significant fight. There's no title implications with that fight. It's not a title contender eliminator fight. So, not very interested. I'll watch it the next day. I got a stag to go to that night. I'll be missing the Errol Spence Chris Algieri fight as well. That I'm looking forward to. That I'm looking forward to most. I think it's a great fight for Errol Spence. I really do. I think that obviously on paper he's never faced a guy like Chris Algieri. Chris Algieri has some decent, significant wins in his career. I mean, definitely more. He's done more than Errol Spence. Now Errol Spence has tons of knockouts, a lot of skill, a lot of power, a lot of promise. But this will be a good test for him because Chris Algieri, I think he's a bit taller. Not much. I think it's only half an inch actually, but he looks taller. And anyway, I just think it's a good test. I think it'll be an interesting fight. I think it'll be a good fight to measure, like a good measuring stick for Errol Spence to see where he's at. Obviously, if he doesn't beat Chris Algieri, doesn't mean he's not a horrible fighter, but maybe he was a hype job. You know what I mean? He should beat Chris Algieri. He should, but there's no guarantees. He has less experience. He hasn't been in there with the guys that Algieri has faced. But having said that, Errol Spence seems to be more of a polished fighter. He definitely has more promise. Algieri, I think it'll be a tough one for him. I'm really not sure. I'm leaning towards Errol Spence, but I'm not really sure. But I like that fight. I really like that fight. Errol Spence, it's a step in the right direction. We'll see what happens. And like I said, the UFC, not looking really forward at all to Glover Teixeira, Rashad Evans. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. It doesn't really tickle my fancy. Ever since Khabib and Tony Ferguson, that fight got scratched. I'm not interested. Not interested in that card. There's one thing I am interested in though, is the co-main event. Rose Namajunas. Rose Namajunas. I have a hard time saying that one. Rose is taking on Tecia Torres. Two, I would say top 5, top 6, in the rankings anyway. But two elite, strawweights, two solid strawweight fighters. Rose Namajunas just dismantled and absolutely battered Paige Van Zant in her last fight. Credit to and kudos to Paige Van Zant though. I mean, she showed true heart, determination. She's a true bulldog in there, and she's a warrior. No quit in her. But Rose Namajunas, solid fighter. Tecia Torres, same thing, solid fighter. So that'll be a good one. That's the fight I'm most interested in. And then, of course, Lyoto Machida pulls out, or had to pull out. USADA notified him, and he broke the news that he, basically got popped for a banned substance. We don't know the details. But basically, yeah. So that fight with Machida and Henderson's off. Henderson now is fighting Hector Lombard. UFC 200, I think. I can't. Oh no, UFC 199. Sorry. In June 4th. But anyway, I just want to put out a video talking about the upcoming fights this weekend. Like I said, more looking forward to boxing. Errol Spence Jr., promising young star, promising young talent, taking on Chris Algieri. A guy has a lot more experience than him, and has a much better resume. So let's see what happens. But let me know what you guys think. What fights are you looking forward to? Tell me if anyone, are you picking Rose Namajunas, or are you taking Tecia Torres, or are you taking Who you taking in the Errol Spence Chris Algieri fight? I want to hear what you guys have to say, what your opinions are. Tell me, even Texiera and Rashad Evans, even though I don't really care about that fight, still interested to see what you guys think. So let me know if you like the video. Subscribe. Like the video if you like the video. On Twitter, check me out. MMA at MMA Boxing Talk 1, the number 1. And I'm also on Instagram, so check all that out. Subscribe on YouTube if you like what you hear. That's it for this one, though. MMA Boxing Talk. Peace.